Hey guys, it's Tomatoda, and today I'm going to show you how I keep my polymer clay from burning. Now, accidents happen. Maybe you put your temperature settings too high, or your oven doesn't work properly, or maybe it's too close to the heat source. Who knows, shit happens. But it sucks when your hard work gets scorched or burned. And while there are several ways to prevent this from happening, I'm going to share with you one method that has always worked for me. But first, let me introduce you guys to my toaster oven. It's from Hamilton Beach, as it says on the front. I bought it from Walmart for about $25 back in 2017, and it's still going strong even after all these years. Inside, it has a tray to catch crumbs, and it also has this rack which you can adjust the height. It also came with a flat tray, which I lost long time ago. This here in the middle is the heat source, and there's one on top as well. It has, obviously temperature settings, other settings, and a timer, but some of the minute markings are gone because my fingers rubbed it off after a lot of usage. And although it is very reliable, there are two cons. The first is that the electrical outlet plug thing, the cord, it's really short. So I always need an extension cord. And the second con is that the temperature dial here sometimes falls down. So I'll normally have it around the 260 Fahrenheit mark, but I don't know if a screw is loose or something because sometimes it'll fall or droop down to a higher temperature like 300 or more. And the thing is, because 99% of the time, I use this toaster oven just to bake polymer clay. So I don't check the temperature settings because I'm assuming it's on the same setting as last time. And this drooping issue started happening about a year ago. So since then, I've tried to make it into a habit to check, but sometimes I just forget and walk away. Then several minutes later, it hits me that I didn't check the temperature and I'm like, shit. But due to the rig that I have set up, I don't panic too much. It's usually not that big of a deal. Now, for my setup. I use this baking pan I bought from Walmart, and it's also the original pan I've used since 2017. The size fits perfectly in the middle of my oven, as you can see here. Then I have this foil lid from the Dollar Tree that came with something else I don't remember, but I just set that on top of the pan like a lid. I've always been meaning to replace the foil lid, but ended up not finding anything better. Just be careful that you don't stick it in the wrong place, like over the heat source, because I did that once when I was baking this fire keycap, and as you can see, it's pretty lumpy, kind of shiny, and just gross compared to the other smooth and matted keycaps. Then inside the pan, I have these ceramic tiles I randomly found somewhere because I read online that ceramic helps the heat spread out evenly in the oven. And I actually don't put the clay directly on top of here. I'll take a piece of scrap paper. You can also use parchment paper, but I have a lot of scrap paper, so I put that on top of the tiles, and then I'll put the clay directly on top of that. However, you don't want your creations to be bigger or taller than the pan. And to demonstrate why, I'm gonna make some figurines with my scrap clay, which honestly, I was very tempted to make these into dicks, but I stopped myself because I knew I couldn't put them in the thumbnail and I'd probably get demonetized, so I made 3 cats instead. Daddy cat here is taller than the pan and will be touching the lid, which I said before is a no-no. That's why he is so sad. Mommy cat reaches close to the lid, but not quite, so she's going to be a tiny bit toasted, and that's why she's pissed off. Then baby cat is a good size, so she's going to be safe, which is why she looks oblivious to everything. And just FYI, I typically don't make pieces larger than this baby cat here. I also gave them white top hats, so when the burning does happen, it's easier to see the discoloration. The top hats are made from scrap white clay, so they're not pure white, but you get the idea. Now I put them in the pan, and logically with their shape, I can fit them in the safe zone by laying them down, right? But for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna have them standing upright. If your piece is bigger than the pan or the oven, I'd suggest you use a kitchen oven and a bigger version of this setup. As you can see here, when I put the foil lid on top, it's actually touching the top hat of the daddy cat. Now I have my heat settings on 260 degrees Fahrenheit, the recommended temperature for FIMO clay, and I'm going to bake it for 30 minutes. Help! Help us! After 30 minutes, you can see that the area where the foil was touching the top hat of the daddy cat is toasted caramel in color. It's melted flat and it's shiny. But for the most part, the white on the rest of the top hat still matches closely enough to the white parts of the arms and mouth and shit. The top hat of the mommy cat is also very slightly toasted, but you can barely tell. Even when I compare it to the top hat of the baby cat, who is like perfectly normal, there's not a huge difference. Now I'm going to show you guys the result when the same figurines are baked on the same exact settings as before, but not protected by anything. They're just exposed to the direct heat. Also, if you guys are wondering, polymer clay can be baked over and over again. According to the internet, as long as the temperature is perfect, the clay will not burn even if you leave it inside for a long time. The key word here is perfect temperature. So anyways, after baking them for 30 minutes, you can see that the daddy cat's top hat is definitely toasted, especially when you compare it to the whites on his arms and mouth. And then you can also tell the same for the mommy and baby cat. Here is a before and after comparison. Honestly though, it's not a bad burn. It's not like black and charred or melted. However, the toasted color is still something you'd want to avoid, especially after spending so much time making your masterpieces, right? So yeah, for several years, this is the thing that worked for me, unless I put the lid on incorrectly or I forget to put it on at all. And hopefully it will work for you guys too. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.